Hi everyone, it's JSV or Joey, whatever you want to call me. It's been a while since I did a video or updated in any way. I'm gonna do a couple of videos today. This one is for my main videos that I came on YouTube here for, my mental illness updates with going through withdrawal. I wanted to start off this video saying that there's an awesome group by a woman that I talk about in this video series called Laura Delano. She is now with the Inner Compass Initiative. It is the path ahead leads to a future beyond the mental health system. It's time to come together and cultivate change. It's a forum. You can sign up for it. It's on Facebook. It's on Twitter. I will leave information in the description below. And for people that are dealing with what I'm going through, psych medication withdrawal, or wondering, what am I going to do on psych meds? I think they're not working for me. Things along those lines. And this journey through this series, basically that. So I'm in the 7-month period of being off psych meds. So when I first came on here 2 months ago, it was still kind of dark and a weird time, and I knew that I just was plagued with anxiety because I knew it may get worse. Like, I feel like it's gonna get worse. And then I went to visit my family in Florida, and it was very emotional for me. I saw my dog, who's like 18, that's like my baby. People gotta touch their pets, okay? And basically, as you know, I got off 10 years of hardcore psych med straight, and then took 2 years, so that's 12 in total, of being on pills that really ruined my life. And I'm going to go into detail this week on what changed within me when I started taking these pills. What did, as I've been expressing all this pain and misery and of getting off them, and why I was on them in the first place, of being diagnosed bipolar, and then soon after borderline personality disorder, which I'm not. So right now, in the 7th month going on the 8th, I feel like mush, like just a ball of goo. And that happens sometimes with speech, because we'll get into that. So anyway, I feel just like a mushy ball of goo. Unfortunately, that's what it feels like. Yay. I feel heavy all the time. It's hard to breathe. I am the heaviest weight that I've ever been in my entire life. And I knew that was going to happen. I mean, 12 years on Adderall, what's going to happen when you get off it? Well, not 12 years, more like 8, 7. But, like, it does something with your weight. Like, you do stay somewhat trim, unless, like, you just have a habit for eating. There are some people on Adderall that are kind of heavy, but not when I was on it. So I knew I was going to gain weight, but I didn't realize the extent of it. And also with the pill withdrawal from the other pills, the psych pills, and the toxic levels I took, like, I went in the public system. So I was thrown pills and told whatever combination, because I couldn't afford the real thing. Like, because I couldn't afford Adderall, I was on Ritalin for a long time, and that's not a good pill for me. But you take what you can, and that's really effed up. It's so wrong, it's so unhealthy, it's so, like, anti-beneficial. like I can't think of the word right now. It's just so not good for you. These pills are evil. Like, that's just my opinion. And as we've said with all these I've said with all these vlogs, like, the moment I took them, I was signing like a lease, like everything that they're telling me and everything that I am really hung up on and all these bad things about depression and stuff. Like, I'm saying, you're right. Here's my life. Just take it. And I have to be a slave to these pills and all this stuff. And I'm sorry if none of this makes sense, because I told you, I feel like mush in a bowl of goo. So I shall read a list of the things that are going on right now. Like, this can be funny, it's lighthearted, but this is really painful. So besides being the heaviest weight, and as a gay man in this world, it makes me like just freak out, because with the pills, as I was trying to lead up to, working out was impossible. I could not sit in my skin. I couldn't. I was shaking. I was in a bathroom for the first 2 months. Like, it has been a whirlwind. I'm mainly vegan, but during this time, I was cheating on something that is my obsession since childhood, which is pizza, and I really overdid it. I guess, but I wasn't really eating that much because I was also puking everything up because of these pills. So I stopped eating pizza, and I'm just started with doctor's permission and all that, because I was really struggling these few months, and I didn't want to F up anything. My body has been not working organically for over a decade. It's had these very strong pills working through my system, all that bull stuff about chemical imbalance is not real. If you go through Laura's channel, you'll see a lot from recovering from psychiatry, a lot of other links to other lectures, and the information is just out there. And I've put a lot of information on my videos before, so I apologize. This video is very hard for me. I'm sort of freaking out. Like, the videos before were fine. Like, I didn't realize, like, what the darkest moments were. Like, I'm in, like, the deep swell, I suppose. Like, when I came back from a family vacation, we went to my in-laws took us to Hawaii. It was amazing. It was after a very traumatic moment when everything was going to crap. I sort of got so nervous and so scared to be around people, I got wicked drunk. And I don't really drink. At my brother-in-law's wedding, and I had to leave, and it was a big ordeal. It wasn't a big ordeal, but I felt like, for me, like, in my life, I'm going to live with that forever. Like, when they watch their wedding video, they're going to be like, where's Simone's boyfriend? Oh yeah, he had to leave because he was getting too friendly with the family. And I was having a great time, but I was so scared. I was so sick. I was really coming down off the pills really hard that time, and it was in Hawaii, their honeymoon and our mixed family vacation, that I was taking the last doses of every pill I've ever had for this decades, and for the decade rather, excuse me. And when I came back from there, it was amazing. I was elated. I had no idea what was in store for me. At first, it was like, okay, I'm slowly getting chubbier. Everything hurts. Everything hurts. I can't think. I can't sleep. I can't sleep. Oh my God. Right now, presently, I cannot sleep more than 4 hours. And then I'm wide awake. But I'm exhausted. I mean, exhausted. I'm so tired. I'm so puffy. I feel like I can't heal much because I'm not sleeping and I'm not giving my body time to heal. So I'm hoping the yoga I'm doing, I'm trying to get into every day. I started like last week. I've have no I had zero strength at all. Nothing. So I'm impressed with my progress. Also, my singing voice is definitely coming back, and in the few lessons I've had with my best friend here, well, not my best friend here, she's been a good friend for a long time, and now, like, we live in the same city, and she lives 10 minutes away. So, uh, I have reached notes, like singing notes, higher than I had since I was a youngin', and I couldn't believe it. Like, my voice is definitely coming back, you know, getting off these pills. And I also, I'm gonna get into a video this week about, I also, maybe, has a lot to do with circumstantial things in my life, but, I was a big marijuana addict, and, the information I have now tells me that anything good that marijuana can do was impossible for it to do while I was under these pills that were working the opposite on anything good that was coming into my body, period. So, and because I come from, I will get into this later. I'm from a codependent family. When you are raised in poverty, you're most likely from a codependent, very heavy, relying on each other, not talking to other people, not going to functions, staying private because you're embarrassed. All those things with codependency, poverty, sickness with the family, a lot of young men I've noticed who have a lot of issues like mine come from a family where once a parent was very hardworking and then they had to stop because it was an injury that led to disability and it just broke the family. I come from one of those, and it was horrible. Sorry, I don't know why I just busted out like that. I can't really control myself and I stutter. But, yeah, it stems from all that stuff. And, another thing that's really scaring me is everything feels slow motion. Like, I said I'm mush, right? But I feel like, not even because I'm heavier now. At this moment, working on effing that the heck out of my life forever now that I'm off toxic things in my body and just eating a vegan diet. However, my vegan friends, just because we're vegan doesn't mean you can overeat. Unless you're one of those raws, you go, girl. But boys too. But not like, I ate a lot of bread. I mean, sure, it's the vegan stuff, but you know, easy Mary. Like, you're gonna get big. Like, anyway. So, walking and stretching has helped me. I need to walk more, but for some reason it just got cold again in Montreal, and my body cannot handle it. And with not sleeping, me and the cold, even though I love winter, it's my favorite season, for some reason right now, and I don't feel so, when I'm in the cold and like there's snow, I feel like this thing of youth, and like I just want to play and run around and be active. Like, I don't feel like that in the summer. Well, I hate the heat. Oh my god, I had like triple chins. It'll go away, Joey. Don't worry, Mary. By the way, if you didn't realize I was gay, like, ta-da! Alright, so, good things. While this horrible crap has been going on. I have been able to fix my stuff with my grad school online, and I just got my second chance to go back. And I mean, I'm just finishing a semester and then I'm taking a semester off and getting myself together more. I feel like I have to be way more active. Building my strength up to just walk around right now is serious. I was never a couchy type of person. Even when I would stay in my room for weeks into like months at a time in my past, I would pace and run around and do all these exercises. And it was mostly vanity, but also like just anxiety and just, being nuts, I think, in my opinion. I was on Seroquel for most of that, which is bad. Um, you find things that can take the edge off even for a little bit. So like sitting on the couch was my only option for these few months. Like it really was. I couldn't do anything. And now we're getting into the seventh month. I'm able to do stuff more, like even cleaning, which I'm meticulous with. I mean, dishes I'm still overly obsessive with, and I need to work on that. But I haven't been like cleaning as much as and my boyfriend says that I do normal cleaning. I don't do my obsessive cleaning that I used to do. So it may be me just being hung up. So I wanted to say, like, I've been watching a lot of Hey Queen with Johnny McGovern and Lady Recature. If you're not, I'm not into the gay scene at all. Like, well, not yet. Like, they don't know me yet. But even though, like, oh my god, can you imagine me on WoW Presents? Like, they'd be like, look at this fat, ugly faggot. Like, pardon me for saying the word faggot. But, that's what I feel like they would say to me. Anyway, withdrawal from psych meds. Wellbutrin, a toxic dose of 600 milligrams I took for 6 straight years. 6 straight years. And I took Lamictal, I believe it was like 200, then the Trazodone 150, Clonazepam 1 to 5 to 2. Like I had it all. Like there was a lovely cocktail at night, and during the day. Like I really have been through hell, and as with Laura Delano's videos, like there's a grieving process, there's a mourning process of having to deal with all the time you've lost. Like how much better we could have been, or I could have been, without these pills. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sorry, but that's what I'm trying to stress here. And I'm sorry for umming, but again, I'm just trying to be real. Like, again, I'm not tech savvy. I use my mobile. But, I once was a musical theater kid, who was really going places. And then these pills created someone that people met that was not authentically me. And it got worse and worse throughout the years. And the circumstances in life with being in the lower side of the sector, it was really, there was no hope. And, my circumstances changed. So this update is me just saying everything's starting to be brighter, but the struggle's real, girl. The struggle is real. And, RuPaul's Drag Race, Hey Queen, have been very therapeutic for me. I never felt accepted by the gay community. I mean, when I did my Me Too story, I was hoping that a lot of people would reach out to me, but I was wrong. What was even better to find out was my coming out story and my bullying video which will be followed up by many more, unfortunately. Um, and these type of circumstances are getting attention, and I was like, wow, I'm glad for that. But these mental health videos are honestly for me to just let things out and be my own therapist, because right now there's, as I've my doctors have told me, like, there's nothing else they can tell me, there's nothing else we can do. You know, you can be in a facility, but it'll be the same thing of, you have to just let this ride and you have to get healthy. And you know, all the things that you've done cognitively and all the bad decisions and all the stuff with the psych meds, you just have to move on. And I do, but you have to reach back to come back, in a way. And Laura talks about that in her videos. And please do check out the Inner Compass Initiative if you're going through psych med withdrawal or considering getting off psych meds or getting information about psychiatric medications that is real from people who have been through it. Okay? Laura is a little lucky. Her parents are, I'm not sure they're independently wealthy, but they were able to not have her in the public system like I had to in a red state, Florida, which is terrible for mental health and really ruined my life. But now, you know, I'm in a new country, I have a new life, a new start. It seems real far away from going back to that musical theater kid and that, writer of my goal, right? Writing my big novel with drag queens, like that's a Wizard of Oz gay epic. Well, at least that's what I always called it. Um, I believe that it can happen because with everything that I've gone through, I never thought I'd be here today. So I'm sorry that I rambled for 22 minutes, but it's good to be back. It's still a struggle, as you can see. I don't look my best. I don't feel my best. I am very out of it. I'm very exhausted. And I just feel blah. Yeah, that. Anyway, I hope you can understand that. And my channel will be mainly mental illness, but had a few other things, such as I'm going to recap the RuPaul Season 10. I'm going to be talking about my paranormal experiences and my spiritual beliefs that have helped me through this, that had been on hold for this, or that I've experienced throughout my life. Also, sorry, I'm doing my series of story times about bullying and growing up gay and things that my book is going to be about. I'm doing a thing about books, and I'm getting a big box of books that I grew up with like my entire life, like just a quarter of them because they were hundreds. I had to donate a lot of them, but I'm getting hundreds back. We're going to have to work a lot of this to get it to fit throughout the years because I'm leaving 2 huge containers up in Florida. But yeah, all right, enough rambling. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. And remember, you can see it there. We're all stronger together.